Alright, hello everybody, welcome to IA Command. I am back from my long trip, international trip. Just got back a little bit before this past weekend, and today we are going to be playing through the new raid mode of the Imperial Assault app, and I am really excited to play through this. So some of you may know that I tried to live stream a playthrough yesterday. And unfortunately, due to technical issues, the video was lost and the stream had to be cut. So today we're going to be just recording, and hopefully it'll all go well this time. So that means I have already tested and tried out the mode, but we're going to be doing it with different heroes this time. For those of you who don't know, the raid mode is a new addition to the Imperial Assault app. Basically, it's kind of like horde mode in a video game where you, instead of trying to accomplish a mission, you're put into a map that's static. It's always the same, at least until they release new ones, hopefully. And you end up fighting waves of enemies. And there's also like objectives that you can interact with. And all of that generates fame, and you get a score at the end of the mission after 6 rounds that tells you how well you did, and you can try and beat your high score and get more and more fame each time. Excuse me. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Just got added this weekend to the app. The update just came out, so not a lot of people have played it yet, and I am excited to bring you guys some gameplay. Literally in my kitchen, on my kitchen table. That's my kitchen, my kitchen door right behind me. So anyway, let's get started. I already have the map set up, but what I'm going to do is I put out a poll yesterday after the live stream failed to see what heroes you guys would want me to play. So let's take a look at that now. Let's see if I can bring it up here. Boom. There it is. There's the poll. We're going to refresh. And let's see. We had about 30 people, I think, vote. Yep, 30 votes. 30 unique votes. And it looks like there are our top 4. It's going to be CT, Vinto, Verena, and Tress. Awesome. So let's see, now let's bring up the map. Boom, and moment of truth. Boom, there's our map. That's the map for the raid mode. And because the top 4 heroes did not change in the last 10 minutes, I have already pulled out our heroes. It's going to be Verena, Vinto. It looks like you guys wanted to see the new heroes from Tyrants of newer heroes in action. So those are going to be our 4 heroes. I'm going to be tracking all of the damage and strain on these little cards right here, just so it's easy for you guys to keep track of. And then what I'm going to be doing is I will have the actual hero sheets and upgrade cards loaded up in Vassal, and I'll be flashing that up on the screen. So let's go ahead and get into the app here. No, not what I want. There we go. Hopefully, now that I'm not having to deal with a live stream anyway, this should be able to go faster, but let's see if we can do that. So we're going to do new game, raid, and of course you have to update in the App Store if you're on mobile. If you're on Steam, I think it updates automatically. But you might notice, if you're like me, when I first tried to do it, I couldn't click on this. And if you're like me and you had not opened the app since Tyrants of Lothal had dropped, you need to make sure that it is enabled in your collection, because the raid mode does require map tiles from Tyrants of Lothal and the Bestwing Gambit. If you want to skip that, or if you don't want those components in your raid but you still want to play through, you can actually also enable this map, and that will give access to the raid as well in the app. They're actually selling a neoprene game mat of this map, so that way you don't have to set up. But honestly, right now I'm just keeping all these tiles in one bag together, so setup's pretty fast now. Alright, so raid. This is the only one we have. The mouse steering outpost is our map. Continue. And of course we will be doing hard mode. Last time we got bronze 69. I was pretty disappointed. Hopefully this time we do a little better. So yeah, let's talk about the raid mode while I go through this. Very interesting game type. Let's see. So we want Arena. It uses some of the same mechanics, basically the same mechanics as campaign and the app campaign, but the structure is very different. And because your goal is to accrue like horde fame, all right, let's do IA command. Certain skills and certain tactics are more favored than others that you might be used to using in the campaign. So there you go. There's your kind of flavor for it. Basically, the flavor is you've been given a location of an Imperial outpost that's lightly defended, and there's a bunch of secrets in there, and you have to go in and grab all the secrets and kill all the people. Yeah, pretty simple. So importantly, each hero starts with a 1 and a 2 XP class card, although you can also do 2 1 XP class cards. And there are actually some heroes that I think would want to do that. And then you get to go into the armory. I believe you get 450 credits per hero. So let's go here. Let's go do our skill upgrades first. And I'm going to bring up the Vassal. Let me get rid of this. There we go. Alright, so let's do this in Vassal. And I'm doing this in Vassal just because it's easier and quicker and less of a hassle to do it all on the table and be pulling cards out, physical cards out. Okay, so let's start with, who's our first one? Verena. So we'll throw her right there. I'll go ahead and zoom in for you guys. Verena is special because she has 2 starting weapons, a military blaster and a fighting knife. Although really her fighting knife is the one to use. So let's see, let's pick our 1 XP upgrades first. So we have combat momentum and create opening. Let's see, which one do I want? So you really want to focus on heroes and abilities that can either keep you alive, get kills, or give you movement, or give you attribute test bonuses, because those are an important part of this type of mission. So let's see, I think we want -1 block. Ooh, usually combat momentum would be the pick for me. But because it's so situational, create opening actually ups her damage output. I'm actually going to try create opening. I've been going a little unorthodox with some of my picks after I played a few of these because, yeah, well, you'll see how it goes. And then for our 2 XP, we have Guitar Maneuver, which gives you mobility and Student of Battle. I don't see, the close quarters is so situational. The map is very open, as you can see, and the enemies are going to be all over the place. There aren't like bottlenecks like there are in regular campaign. So I don't want to really rely on close quarters a lot. I'm going to go with the Guitar Maneuver. And so we'll do Great Opening, Guitar Maneuver. And then with Vinto, boop, boop. So yeah, it's very open, and the enemies kind of deploy to all corners of the map, and you actually end up having to split up a lot and kind of hunt them down. So he starts with a hair trigger pistol. Alright, that's for our 1 XP. I have played with Vinto actually on my first run through, the one before I tried to live stream. Didn't really like Shot on the Run. That's the one I took. I think I'm gonna grab Pinpoint Shot instead. This one was pretty useless. And then for our 2 XP Battlefield, you can only reroll while attacking. We get +1 endurance. I think Sharpshooter was good. I like the accuracy. You don't always get the best weapons with each hero, so sometimes you have to take really crappy pistols and stuff with bad accuracy. So accuracy bonuses are totally fine by me. And then we've got Wildfire, aka Clone Trooper 1701. He's got his totally crap blaster. Alright, so 1 XP for him is going to be reload versus covering fire. You have 3 power tokens. You get 2 power tokens for resting. No, you're not resting a whole lot, although I guess he does have to rest a lot. Covering fire. Oh, that's terrible. We don't really want block tokens. So yeah, let's take reload. So that will be his 1 XP. And then strafing run. I haven't played him at all, or pin them down. So pin them down is classically broken in a regular campaign. Unfortunately, stun is not quite as useful against the app campaign because it just stops them from moving for 1 round, but they can still attack. To resolve an attack, you may gain 1 move point or exhaust the card move. So that's pretty good. I think I'm gonna go with strafing run. Okay, and then for our final hero, we are going with Tress. And I have also used Tress, and she is quite good in this format, just because she's so mobile. Minox Strike or Air Expiration, no contest here. Minox Strike is terrible. You should never use it in any situation. Air Expiration is super awesome. Gives you the style tokens she needs and lets you use them for movement points, which is damn good. Alright, so Gundark Throw is what I usually go with, but I have found in this game mode that Cleave is quite useful, so I'm actually going to go with Dianoga Sweep here. So the thing about this game mode, and we'll go into the armory next, is that you get fame. Oh, oops, I didn't update here. Pinpoint shot, sharpshooter. You want to earn as much fame as you can, and the way you earn fame is you have to defeat entire groups of enemies, not just figures. So like if you've got 3 stormtroopers and you kill 2 of them, if you don't get that 3rd one by the end of the mission, you don't get anything. So you want ways to kill multiple figures in a turn, and I found Cleave is really good at that. Much more so than Blast. I've actually been not having a good time with Blast because Imperial rule, I always end up splitting up the figures as much as I can. And it's hard to kill a figure with Blast. You have to do Blast 3 to even kill a Stormtrooper. But with Cleave, you can kind of like attack one, cleave the other one, then attack the one you cleaved onto, and cleave to finish the first one off. Anyway, so we've got 1,800 credits to spend. We've got 1 melee figure and 3. Let's zoom out here. 3. Well, you see that sucks because Varina's kind of a melee figure. Although I think Katara Maneuver is with a ranged weapon. So, but she's a close combat person, so let's give her a close combat weapon. Let's give her the hand cannon because that's pretty strong. Let's see, focusing beam. Actually, you know what? Let me pull out all these items. Alright, that looks pretty good. And then survival gear, these are these three items. I mean, there's a reason they're gray because they are the ones that you can exhaust to reroll during an attribute test. And then you can buy extra med packs or a focus. I try not to buy those. So, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, okay. So, also hand cannon. That's the one I missed. I know this is terrible content. I apologize. Anyway, there we go. Now you can kind of see the whole armory. So we're gonna get hand cannon for Varina. I know that. Let's see, what else should we get? We could get the E11 or the E3 carbine. I do like the E3 carbine. We definitely want to upgrade Tress to the punch dagger from her regular fist weapon. And then, let's see, 425 left, and we need to upgrade Vinto still. which we have enough. DL44, DH17. Both of these weapons have been doing well for me. DH17 is really cheap though. Well, let's see what upgrades we might want. So, focusing beam. Gives you an auto pierce. It's pretty good. I think disruption cell is not good. I think that's a deplete. Where you declare an attack, replace one die and attack roll with a red die. Ooh, actually, that's not bad. Although it's so expensive. Yeah, it's too expensive. All right. If we drop this to this, we could get the DL44. If we get this instead, we could get 2 of the rerolls, and those are actually quite important. So let's see, we've got 3 dice tech, 2 dice all around. I mean, we got a decently balanced team. We don't have anyone that's good. Well, I guess he's good on. Everyone's kind of good on strength. We actually have a pretty good balanced team. So the reason you want to focus on attribute tests is because the other way to earn fame is to go after all of these objectives here. And you get 3 fame just for interacting with them, but when you interact, each color corresponds to a different attribute, and you get 2 extra fame for each surge you roll on that attribute test when you interact with it. So they are a huge, like, that's where I think the majority of, or at least half of your fame will come from in the game. They're a very efficient fame to action ratio. Do I want these? I guess I would take the survival gear, and then maybe the charged ammo pack for Bento with the DH17. Yeah, let's try that. I haven't done that yet. So this. Confirm. Proceed with the transaction. Alright, so we've got hand cannon, punch dagger. Didn't buy that, didn't buy that. Didn't buy that. Didn't buy that. And we did not buy that. Maybe we should have. No. Alright, perfect. So there's all our weapons. We're going to give hand cannon to Verena. We're going to give the DH17 to Vinto, E11 to CT, focusing beam, and punch dagger. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, punch dagger is a mod slot. And the charge pack upgrade goes on the DH17. Alright, so there's all our upgrades. Our team is ready to go. Let's get to it. So now you can kind of see. For those of you who don't know the heroes, I'll just give you a quick rundown. Verena, she is a close combat specialist. She uses melee and pistols, although I think with this build she is favoring pistols. The reason she's close combat is because whenever an enemy adjacent to her is defeated, she can interrupt to make an attack, and that's during any figure's activation. Vinto is a multi-shot specialist. He is able to put small pinpoint damage on multiple targets, which makes him very good for cleaning up. CT is a barrage specialist. He gets extra attacks, but when he does so, he gives the enemy a white dice, so he's prone to missing when he does do that. But he can do a lot of attacks all at once. He's also kind of a leader support character hybrid. And then we have Tress from Tyrants of Lothal. She is a puncher. She's very fast. She uses her cybernetics to get extra actions, and she uses style tokens that she gets from punching people to augment her attacks and her speed. So that's kind of the rundown. Let us get into it. Let's do it. So here you go, is the flavor. Gear up and hit the Imperials as hard as you can is really all you need to know. And you cannot bring allies. I think that would have been cool though if they had like done that. So anyway, here's the map. Crates, we got all that set up already. These colored objectives are always the same. Every time I've loaded it, the colors are always in the same place. So I guess they balanced it around that. And you always get the stormtroopers starting in the middle there by the crates. That is a constant. I could have just set that up, but I don't want to spoil anything. Although really there's no spoilers for this mode because it's always the same. You get a randomized enemy. Ooh, Captain Taro. I have not seen him at all yet. That is awesome. Captain Taro. Oh, let me get rid of this. Boom. Yay, I'm back. Alright, so putting out Captain Taro. You know what? This is actually the first... No, well... I was going to say this is the first large figure I've seen in the 3 I've done so far. But, I mean, the E-Web has popped up, but that's, you know, the E-Web. There's Captain Taro. And Claudite is always popular with it. I think I've placed multiple Claudites now. In each one. Regular Claudite. It's always going to be regular enemies. I haven't faced any like elite generics, and I think that's just because of how weak you are as rebels to start out with. You know, 1 and 2 XP cards, not super strong. Makes it a lot easier to kill enemies. Excuse me while I dig out these heavy troopers. Try to beat. Oh, and there it goes. Tried to be organized, as one of my live stream viewers said, though. Murphy's Law. So, one of the neat things is that because it's kind of like, you know, beat your high score type of game, and because each player, you know, you could actually keep track individually of your score as a player. Like when you kill something, you add it to your own fame. When you interact with something, you add your fame. And I could see this being like a competitive mode almost, or semi-competitive, where it's like you get to see like who killed the most bad guys and who got the most objectives. And I think that would be a really cool way. That, you know, like a competitive campaign. It's kind of cool. All right, so let's actually think about what we're doing here. So Vinto is more of a kill small guys figure, so I'm going to put him by the regular stormtroopers. Verena also likes being around small figures that die quickly and easily. Tress and Tress and CT are more kitted out for a single target, although they do have the cleave. I was sad though I didn't get like a weighted head to go with her cleave ability, but such is life. Yeah, it's good to have like lots of melee figures, I've found, because then you get all the best melee cleave stuff. But this is what you guys picked. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Let me double check, because that yellow objective, so the way the objectives work, and I'll just click through this. So here's our objective. I'm gonna move those guys around. But defeat as many Imperial groups and gather as much intel as possible in 6 rounds. Start. So here are the objectives. They are color coded, as you can see. So red is strength, blue is insight, yellow is tech, and then green you can do any attribute. And again, you get fame. You get 3 fame just from interacting with them. You don't have to pass. Hey buddy, we're recording. Do you mind? And then, but you still you can get 2 fame for each one you get. My cat is threatening to destroy. Oh, here it comes. Yes, that is a cat. Anyway, so let me check on the attribute tests of these characters. So let's see. It looks like he's got good tech, and she's kind of middling. So let's switch. Yeah, I think we'll switch. Oh, actually, they're good right where they are. All right, so let's start. So turn that off, and I think what I'm going to start, and I'm going to be using the activation tokens to keep track as well as that you can see on the app. think. Oh, let's pull out the enemy's cards while I'm doing that, just so you guys have that for reference. I think what I want to do. Taro is probably gonna mess us up with that flamethrower, but I don't think I can kill him in one go. Pull out Taro. Didn't think he would show up. Because he's got 13, I think. 13 health. Yeah, I think we're gonna have CT go and just blow him away. So pulled out all these Imperial cards so that I can show it, but he's got a flamethrower, 13 health. Could also go with just Tress and punch him twice with the punch dagger, because that can do some good damage. And if he dodges, you know. Yeah. Oh man, sorry guys, I'm kind of not sure what to do. Alright, I'm gonna go with Tress. Let's see what she can do. So Tress starts off with her leg hydraulics. So for each success I get on a strength test, she can move at many spaces. So that's pretty good. 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Just moving out onto the board. Alright, and now she is going to attack with the punch dagger. So it's a blue and a yellow. Doesn't seem that great, but it has a special ability. So let's see what happens. Oh, but that's kind of the worst thing we could have seen. So what we can do is we can change one of these to any side because they're showing only one symbol. That's the punch dagger's ability. I think we're only going to be doing 3 damage here. We needed 2 surges to go through to get that big surge ability. So that's going to be 3 damage on Taro. But that gives her, because she resolved an attack with a melee weapon, she's going to get a style token, which she can use to augment her attack. So she's going to attack again. Alright, so that's looking all right. Oh, you know what? Ah, shoot. Only 1 surge. And they both have double symbols. Well, that was pretty bad. But we are going to use the focusing beam to pierce that down to 1. And we can also use the style token to add a damage to the attack. Which is going to give her a total of 4 damage, and so 3 more damage. Not terrible, but I was hoping for a little more than that. And because she resolved an attack, again, she gets a style token for later. I could use this now to move twice, but I think I'm going to save it. Alright, so that is it for Tress. And here comes Captain Taro. Mounted command. At the start of this activation, each figure in the Imperial group with the most non-focused figures becomes focused. Oh boy. The most non-focused. Oh my god. So all of those stormtroopers are going to be focused. Well, I know what our next target's going to be. Move 3 towards the closest non-weakened rebel. So he's going to go 1, 2. And and then Flamethrower. The two closest rebels within 2 spaces of the figure each suffer 1 damage, 1 strain, and they test Insight. Each rebel that does not pass becomes weakened. So I think the weakest Insight is going to be CT and Verena. Yep, CT only rolls a single green, and Verena rolls a blue and a green. So CT will go first. Let's have him test Insights. That's a pass. And then Verena's a blue and a green. And she also passed. So they each suffer 1 damage and 1 strain. Okay. Alright, then an attack action. If his figure did not perform Flamethrower, well, he did. So attack the closest weakened rebel. Well, there's no weakened rebels, so I guess he'll attack CT. So he rolls a blue, a green, and a yellow. Surge, which is surge for +2. He rolls, ooh, nice, triple block. 4 +2 is 6, -3 is 3 damage to CT. Alright. And then that was Captain Taro. Ooh, that was pretty big, but oh, you know what? Actually, it's the focused. So we need to deal with those focused stormtroopers. So I think what we're gonna do is have Vinto go. We're gonna have Verona go, actually. Ooh, actually, yeah, let's have Verena go. At least she'll be in position. So what Verena will do, we'll take a strain to go here. And we can kind of see what's going on. Those big fingers in the way. And then she will use Katara maneuver to go 2 spaces into this guy's space. She'll push him here. And then attack with her red hand cannon. Okay, so 2 red die against the black die. So that is a dead trooper. And then what she can do is, that was 1 action. She's going to take 2 more strain and use close quarters. And now she's going to attack the other stormtrooper with his attack value. So that was a blue and a green. Not great. She can use the surge for +1 damage. She can only still use create opening to get rid of a block. She's got 5 endurance. That I don't think that's going to do anything. So what she'll do is she'll use that surge to get rid of a strain, and then just attack him with her normal hand cannon attack. And now she'll be able to, she'll be able to close quarters with that guy if he dies. Yeah, that hand cannon is sweet. So that's gonna do surge for recover and then 3 damage, so that knocks him out. And then she will use close quarters and take 2 strain and then attack that guy with his dice. Ooh, much better. Unfortunately, she's not adjacent, so she can't use create opening here. So that's going to be either 2 damage or 1 damage and recover a strain. If she does the 2 damage, then Vinto could finish him off with Bolt Slinger. Yeah, I think that would be good. So that'll be 2 damage. And that was Verena. Pretty good. Alright, so here come the Stormtroopers. Get this Pierce 1 for each other figure in this group. Well, good thing that there are no more. He's still focused. He's gonna move 3 and attack Vinto. Yeah, you can shoot a Vinto from there. He is focused, and Vinto rolls a white die.
All of his relationships naturally grow as well, which is really the story.
Yep, it was a pretty big hit. So that's going to be 4 damage on Vinto. Okay, and then move 2 to reposition 4. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go up here. And that puts him 4 away from the most rebels. Alright, well, we are down to heavy stormtroopers and the Claudite. So, this guy needs to take a damage on. So Vinto at this point could move up, attack the Claudite twice, and Bolt Slinger to kill the stormtrooper. And then I guess CT could barrage to... Hey buddy. CT could barrage on Captain Taro to deal with him. Oh, that's the camera. Okay, bye. Alright, let's do that. So let's have Vinto try and finish off the Claudite here. So he's going to move 2 spaces to there with Strain. Oh, let's activate him. And he is going to attack with... He's got the DH-17 with the charged ammo pack. Yeah, and he's got the +1 accuracy, which is really useful in that weapon. And the Claudite is rolling, I believe, a black... Let's see, black die. Yeah, here we go. Here's our Claudite. So 6 health with a black die. Ugh, well, that's 3 blocks. And I believe Vinto has to do damage if he wants to do Bolt Slinger. Yeah. So we could do 1 damage to the Claudite because we can do +1 Pierce 1. Or we could use Pinpoint Shot here and use the Surge to gain a power token. I think that's better. Let's do that. So Surge to get a power token, and then we use Pinpoint Shot, so that cancels all the dice results and deals 1 damage to the target. And that also means we get to do 1 damage to the Stormtrooper with Bolt Slinger. So that defeats it, and now we get our 6 fame, and we don't have to deal with them anymore. Okay, and then we'll attack again. And we'll spin that power token. There we go. Much better. So that's going to be 3, 4, Pierce 1. We get a power token, and we get to recover a strain. Nice. Unfortunately, it means he survives with 1 health left. But, not bad. Let's move some of this away. Alright, so that was Vinto. And now we have the heavy storms activating. Burst fire. After each attack, each rebel within 2 spaces of the target suffers 1 damage. Move 3 to attack a rebel adjacent to the most other rebels. Well, they've all pretty much spread out at this point. Actually, yeah, none of them are within 2 of each other. So kudos to me. I think. So who should they go for? Imperial rule, I'd have them just go after the ones with most damage, so that would be CT. So let's have 1, 2, 3. And this one will shoot at CT with a blue and a red. CT rolls a black. Get that out of there. Traverse. So that is going to be just 1 damage. CT has 5 on him now. And then he's going to move 2 to reposition 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be here, on the other side of that wall. Ooh. And then this guy's going to do the same. 1, 2, 3. Shoot CT. Ooh, that was a big hit. Let's see what the surge does. Blast 1. He doesn't want to blast his own guy. So +1, so that's going to be 3 more damage to CT. Ooh. He's taking some damage. And then he will go up here. Alright. So we have just one hero left, which is CT. I think what I want to do is... I do want to get rid of Taro. But I think we need to rest him. So if your hero becomes wounded, you lose 5 fame each time that happens, and you lose. I mean, the game ends if all 4 are wounded. So you want to keep them healthy as long as you can. But I only have 1 med pack. Oh, we'll put this on Vinto just so it's more clear. I think. Well, if he rests, he would also get 2 attack power tokens. But I kind of want to interact with that thing. Okay, let's just do it. Let's not bandy about. So let's go back to our vassal thing. CT. So he's gonna rest. We'll move this out of the way. So he's gonna rest. He's going to. Well, he doesn't get any strain tokens removed if he does that, huh? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take 2 strain for 2 movement. Then we will rest. We'll use a med pack to get rid of 5 damage. And we'll also exhaust reload to get 2 power tokens. Kind of trying to be efficient with our actions here. Okay. And then we will attack Taro, and we can use Barrage to get a second attack. So we'll spend this. Taro. Boom. Pretty terrible, but we can surge for +2, so that's 2 more damage to Taro. So that puts him at 8. And then we'll take 2 strain, and we'll do another, we'll do a barrage, so that's going to add a white dice to the pool. Okay. So that's stopping this, so we're doing 2 more damage, which puts him at 10, so 3 health left. Oh, and we can move from that. So I think what we'll do is we'll move him 1, but then we want to stay next to that objective. Okay, so that was Taro. He did about 4 damage, something like that. Alright, Claudite. So it gains the Senator form. Cards, Claudite, Shapeshifter. And Senator. There we go. So at the start of this activation, gain the Senator form. After this figure performs its first action instruction, roll its attack pool +1 yellow die. Each Imperial figure within X spaces gains a power token, where X is the number of surge results. Okay, so move 3 to attack Vinto. So let's have him move 1, 2, 3, so he is closer to his buddies. And attacking Vinto. So that is going to be, I believe, a red and a green. Yep, red and a green. Vinto rolls a white. So 3 damage to Vinto, who is already not doing great. Puts him at 7. He does the conspire. So that's gonna be a red, a green, and a yellow. Oh, there, I'll just roll that. And it says for each Imperial food X spaces gains 1, where X is the number of surge results. Oh, he needed 3. Well, no power tokens for his buddies. Then we'll move 2 to reposition 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Alright, that's the end of the round. So Imperial reinforcements will arrive after the next round. So at the end of this round, a bunch of reinforcements will come in. And having Taro as a bad guy is pretty tough. Last couple times I got like Thrawn and I think Greedo, and they were super easy to kill. This guy is a pain. Alright, well, he's got just 3 health left. So I think CT could probably take him out. Definitely want to kill him before he activates. Interesting possibility would be to have Verena kill him. But I don't think she can have line of sight to anybody else. She comes here, she could see this guy. Let's see, is that feasible? 1, 2, 3, 4. She's already got 4 strain on her, so nope, she is not doing any of that. We just have Vinto kill him. Yeah, because then he could Bolt Slinger and kill the Claudite. So that seems good. Let's re-up all these people, and Vinto is going to activate. He is going to stand there and shoot at Captain Taro. Let's see, that is DH-17. Yeah, this weapon, I like DH-17, it's a nice little weapon. Okay, nice shot, nice defense. We got 3. We can surge for +1, pierce 1. So that's 4 damage. That'll knock him out. Other surge gets the power token back, and last one recovers a strain. So that is going to defeat Taro, and Bolt Slinger to defeat the Claudite. Nice. Leaving us with just the heavy troopers to deal with. Vinto is hurt, but he doesn't really have, we don't have a med pack to use on him. He could strain move and grab one of the crates, and the cool thing is, there are nice goodies in the crates. So let's do that. He's going to strain move 2. And he's going to interact with that crate as his second action. And I get the personal shields item card. So that's something really cool about the crates. And actually they're all the same, sadly, so they're not randomized. But you can get equipment from the crates, not just supply cards and med packs. So personal shields is the one you deplete to add +5 blocks to the results. So basically a free dodge. And then draws 2 supply cards. So I have the supply deck right here. Vinto gets painkillers and a flash emitter. So if somebody's wounded, they can get back their full speed and endurance. And then at the start of the round, you have all heroes hidden. So that's pretty nice. I'm gonna put these under Vinto so I remember them. That's too strong. Alright, that gets rid of that. Unfortunately, we didn't get a med pack, but maybe we'll find one in the next crate. Alright, so that was Vinto. So let's see. Here comes this heavy stripper. Burst fire after each attack wedge. Each rebel within 2 spaces of the target suffers 1 damage. Move 2 to attack the rebel adjacent to the most other rebels. Alright, well this time we've got CT. Well, actually, looks like they're going to go after Vinto, so because he is adjacent to Marina. So let's do 1, 2, 3, and attacking Vinto. No dodge. That's going to be 4 damage to Vinto, which I think is going to knock him out. So we are going to use the personal, or the, oh, I didn't pull it out for the card. The personal shields is right here. So we're going to deplete personal shields to add 5 blocks to the defense, which is going to 0 out the damage. Although Marina's still going to suffer damage from burst fire. And then this guy's going to move 2 to reposition 4. Move up there. 1, 2, 3. Same shot on Vinto. And there's the dodge, finally. However, burst fire will still deal damage to Verena. And he's going to move up here with his buddy.